I get a lot of thoughts that are really quite deep. And I now have a series on this channel where I tell you my deep thoughts and kind of bring it back to the whole self-improvement topic to maybe help you out in a way just by explaining what's on my mind. And the first deep thought I have, which definitely isn't an uncommon one, it probably is the most common question of all time, and that is, who created us? Is there a God out there? Is there not a God out there? Is it science? Is it a being? Who created this universe? And I've already talked about this on my Twitter page. I used to post Twitter videos talking about random things that I, wouldn't put on YouTube. But I'm starting to expand in my content now and try to make different things. So I'll kind of go over it again. And I was basically talking about on Twitter how if you are an atheist, you're just stupid. If you do not believe in God, you're ignorant and you're stupid. I understand if you're not religious and you don't believe in the Christian Bible or the Muslim Quran, I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah. But to just say straight out there's no God out there, it's so ignorant of you, because proof that God exists is all around us. Everything is so perfect, right? Our bodies, the way they heal, the plants, the way they grow, the fact we have a nose to smell, a mouth to eat and breathe, and eyes to see. I just don't believe that just science could create all this. You think science would mess up in some way. The fact that we're made, the human body is made so perfectly. And there's just so many beautiful sights. I'm just looking at the sky right now with some clouds in the sky. It's not even the most beautiful sight in the world, but it's still beautiful to me. Just looking into the distance of wherever you're at outside, it just makes you feel grateful for life. And I just feel like it's God making me feel that way. I don't believe that it's anything else making me feel that way. I don't think science created this. And I could be wrong. Maybe science somehow did create this, but I just never want to believe that, bro, because I feel like if you're an atheist, you're just weird. You know what I mean? You haven't unlocked that spiritual side of you. And I feel like the only way you can progress in life is if you let your guard down a little bit and believe in a bit of magic. You know what I mean? Believe in God and believe that there is a higher power, because not only does it make you more intelligent of your spiritual side, but it also makes you more humble. See, imagine if you don't believe there's any God in the world, everything's created by science. That means you'd think that you're the best, right? You're better than everyone else. But when you believe in higher power, okay, I have potential to be great, but I'll never be the best. I'll never be on top, because that higher being in the sky, or maybe he's not in the sky, right? Who knows? That higher being somewhere is more powerful than me, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that there's someone more powerful than me, and I can try and talk to and communicate to sometimes. And listen, this is not me preaching my religion or trying to make you turn religious. I'll be honest, the last few months, I want to say, I've not been religious. When I first found God, it was through Christianity, and I was trying to read the Bible, listen to the Bible, and follow God and follow the Christian rules. But I just don't feel that that connection with Christianity anymore, especially when I found when I realized that, why does hell exist? Why do we need hell? I feel like no matter how bad you've lived life, I don't believe anyone deserves to burn for eternity. You know what I mean? So I don't believe in Christianity. I don't believe in Islam, or I don't believe in any religion, right? Any religion written on paper. Well, there's a lot of religions that I don't know about, so maybe, who knows, I believe in Buddhism or something, I don't know. But right now, I'm just spiritual, you know what I mean? I know there's a God out there, I know there's something out there, but it's not the God that, we see in the Bible or in the Quran. I don't know why I can't say that word. But, yeah. So, if you are an atheist, if you don't believe in any gods, try to be more open-minded. And this comes not just God, but life, If someone tells you their passion and purpose, don't just be oh, why do you like that? Why do you want to do that? Be comforting, be a supportive friend and be oh, okay. Tell me more about that. Why do you want to do that? In a respectful way, obviously. Because you don't have to agree with something. You don't have to want to do... your passion doesn't have to be what someone else's passion is. But just don't be rude about it, Because I've had, a couple friends, where I've oh, I want to be rich and I want to do this and that and that. And they've sort of made fun of me for it. Obviously, half joking, but also, half serious. And it's me, I don't care, right? Because I know within myself that I'm better than these people, right? So I'm not gonna bring myself down to this level and get like upset over it. But still, like, it's free to be nice to people. It's free to be respectful, and that's all I ask. So with God as well, you know, have an open mind. You know, pray, right? I pray 2 times a day, once in the morning, once at night. And yes, I could like pray better. My prayers probably aren't the best, but I still pray and I still try to build that connection with God. So just, you know, leave your house, walk around the street, and like look at the surroundings, open your mind. Maybe even go to a church, go to a oh darn it, what's the Muslim, I forgot, I can't remember, but yeah, go to, you know, one of those religious buildings, and, you know, try and find a God out there, because, you know, your life will really improve when you actually find God, you know, because it's higher power, you know. And when you have a higher power, when you know there's a higher power, you believe you can sort of almost do anything, you know. So try find God. Don't be ignorant. Don't say, oh, there's no God, because, you know, there could be no God, right? But we don't know that, you know. So let's be humble, let's be respectful, and, you know, instead of like being like, oh, there's no God, I'm not, you know, God's stupid, there's no God, right? Let's try and find a God. Let's try and look for a God. Let's see, okay, I'm going to try it for this month. I'm going to specialize trying to find a God, and this is going to be my purpose for the next month. I'm going to try find God, you know, and just do little things like that. Just try and be humble. Now, the second deep thought I have, which is kind of similar, is, do you think that there's any human life on Earth? Do you think, I mean, so that's the most stupid sentence I've ever said. I mean, do we think that there's actually like other life out there, like in like another galaxy, other planets? Do we think that life exists, right? Whether it's like animals where they can't communicate, they're just animals, or they're like humans where like they actually have lives and they can actually do things. And it makes me think, like, and I'm bringing this back to self-improvement now, because I don't want this to just be like a yapping channel where I'm just yapping. I want everything on this channel to be about self-improvement, or it's not a self-improvement channel, right? I just think to myself, do we think, let's say hypothetically, there's another planet out there with humans, right? Other humans, obviously they wouldn't be called humans, but other humans. Do you think their lives would be better or worse? Do you think the universe, their Earth, their planet would be more developed than ours or not? More futuristic than ours or not? Because who knows? There could be another planet. There could be 2 planets, right? One planet, it's like money doesn't exist. Like, you don't even need money. And everyone can live happily somehow, right? Obviously, money needs to exist, because if everything was free, then no one would do anything. But imagine if another planet found a loophole for everyone to be happy in life without money somehow, right? I don't know how that could possibly happen, but somehow. And then there's another country where, you know, 99% of the people are struggling, and it's really not advanced yet. You know, it's not a developed country, the developed planet, right? And I know I sound like I'm yapping right now. You might not know, you might not understand what I'm saying. But what I am trying to say is that better or worse, right? Imagine if we didn't need to work and money didn't exist anymore. We could all just live happy lives. Would that be better or worse? Because, you know, purpose is the most important thing in this world. If you don't have purpose, you're not going to be happy. If you don't find something you love, you know, that sticks to your heart, you're not going to be happy. And I'm going to record a video about purpose after this one that I thought of. But imagine that, right? You don't have to work for money. Everything's just given to you easily. Like, let's say you're in the royal family, for example, right? And you don't have to work for money. You've got money, you know? You don't have to, like, work hard for girls, because you're the prince, right? The prince can get any girl he wants, right? No matter how he looks. The prince could be the ugliest man of all time, right? But he'd still get girls because of his reputation, because of who he is. But is that a happy way to live life? Like, everything just given to you? Because as much as, yes, like, I want, you know, it would be nice to have everything given to me, over time it'd be like, wow, I just feel empty. Like, I just feel like this life is boring. I'm playing life on creative mode, you know? Like, everything, I can just get anything I want. I feel like, as a man, if you're not working to something, then your life isn't going to be filled. And I'm not saying, like, the royal family, for example, can't work to something, but, you know, what are the 2 main things that people work towards? Finding a woman and money, right? Bro, if you're part of the royal family, you can get that easily. You don't need to work for it. But yeah, I just feel like as much as like I would love to just win the lottery one day, it wouldn't feel fulfilling over time. Like I'll be like, yes, I won the lottery and I'll be happy and stuff, but would I be proud of myself? Maybe for buying a lottery ticket, that's about it. I wouldn't be proud of myself for it because I didn't make the money. And, you know, this comes around to the topic of why a woman's body count being high is worse than a man's body count being high. Because the truth is, a man works to get the women. The women just accept the men, right? The women don't have to work to get men, right? They just look sexy and then men will approach them. They don't do anything to get men, right? They could just, all they have to do is accept the man and say, yes, I want to have sex with you. And that's it. Where the man has to like talk to the girl, you know, learn all these communication skills, you know, look good, like improve his body, like go to the gym. Although, I mean, you don't need to go to the gym to get girls, but it helps. So that's why I always use the analogy, would you be more proud of a man that won $1 million or made $1 million, right? Obviously the one that made $1 million, meaning the person that just got given the $1 million, the woman that just gets given the men, it's worse if you have a high body count because it's easy to have a high body count as a woman, right? As a man, yeah, it's easy to an extent, especially if you've... Is it easy though? I don't know. I feel like some people like naturally just have that way with women where they're just like really smooth, but a lot of people have to work for that, right? So yeah, but I've already talked about all this before. I'm just yapping, changing the subject. But my final point is, you know, if there is other life out there on Earth, other life out there in the universe, I mean, which I believe there is. There must be, bro. We can't be the only planet with humans. You know what I mean? Well, not meant to put humans in quotation, with like life like us, like where we can actually do things and stuff. But how would that life be for those other humans? Are they struggling or are they living life? And which one's better? Would I rather struggle, right? And like have that purpose in me, that fire to improve my life? Or would I just want everything handed to me and just like not really have purpose because purpose isn't really required? You know, as men, we are naturally supposed to have purpose, right? Think of the caveman days. What were the caveman doing? They were hunting for food, you know, planting their seeds. That was their purpose, you know? And, you know, yeah. But I don't know. I think that's all I've got to say. Bit of a random video, bit all over the place. So I apologize for that, but just a couple deep thoughts on my mind. If you have enjoyed this video, consider subscribing because this is my series, the Deep Thoughts. I think this is my only series at the moment. So, you know, I'm gonna keep on making a few of these videos and see where it takes me. And if you wanna keep watching them, why don't you subscribe? Consider subscribing today. Thank you for watching as always. Take care and peace. Bye-bye.